that, Joseph? What's up, Joseph? See you, my guy. I see you. I see you. Peace, God. Peace, God. And peace to all goddesses of the realm. You know what I'm saying? Today we're just going a quick live session. Come on, share the live. Share the live. 3, 6, and 9. Share the live. Was that Shirley Jennings? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Joseph Bourne, 527. Peace and blessings. Mississippi, what's up? I see you. Ronald Parker, I see you. Sosa J, what's up? I see you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Who that? Shawty, what's up, Shawty? Said, peace, goddess. You said, where am I from? I'm from Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. Yeah. Come on, share the live. Share the live at 100 views. That's where I'm going to start the lecture. Let's get to 100. Start the lecture real fast. At least 33. I look like a stud. I am a man. So I can't look like a stud. I am a stud. A stud is a wannabe me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't look like a stud, big dog. And that's to the that's a response to the brother that said I look like a stud. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible for me to look like something that I am. I'm just that. A stud only can represent what she think a man is. But I'm masculine to the core. Slim Stallion, what's up? Welcome to the building. Welcome to the building. All right, 85, good. Share the live. At 100, we're going to start this lecture. Let's go. Blessings are 2022. I see you. I see you. I see you. Hot T, what's up? 91. We got 9 more to go. Rest in peace to the God Nipsey Hussle. I seen him. He's a good brother. See how they wiped him out? As soon as he was ready to spread that truth about Dr. Sebi, see how they wiped him out? They did the same to him. The same thing they did to Michael Jackson. Same thing they did to DMX. Same thing they did to Prince. You know what I mean? Same thing they did to King Von. You know, same thing they did to Young Dolph. You know, so they wipe us out. You know, the same thing they did to Whitney. You know what I mean? They wiped us out. Slim Stallion. Yeah. I see you. Anyway, listen. So we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about melanin. What is the difference between melanin and neuromelanin? Because I keep hearing these black people, you know what I'm saying, these blacks talk about they got melanin. And as a black person, you cannot have melanin. It's impossible for you to have melanin if you're black. So it's about time we get to the top. Welcome. If it's your first time, coming across to me, you know what I'm saying, it's your first time your soul is being navigated to me. My name is Indiana, the Divine Mind. You know what I'm saying? I've been on here building a following of people, teaching folks and, enlightening folks spiritually. And that's the whole goal of everything, just enlightening folks. Share the live, 3, 6, and 9. No, I'm not a Libra. I'm a Leo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Leo. I'm a lion. I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not a Libra. A Leo. You know what I'm saying? Big lion, big Leo energy. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Now, anyway, let's get it. So, melanin, if you're black, we don't have melanin. You know what I'm saying? We have what you call, you know what I'm saying, we have what you call neuromelanin, you know what I'm saying? Carbon, you know what I'm saying? That's what you see in there, carbon, neuromelanin, that's what's in us. That's what makes us black. You know what I'm saying? Carbon, neuromelanin. What is melanin? You know what I'm saying? Because they only telling you melanin is this thing that make your skin dark. That's not true. Melanin is a substance that what they use that's in the skin. Medicine is the characteristics of the whites and the Asians, you know what I'm saying? Because Asians and Caucasians are the same people. And the Arabs, they're made up, of the same way genetically. Blacks and Latinos are made of the same way genetically. Whites are the Caucasians and the Asians are made of the same way genetically. So the blacks and Latinos are the same, but they're not the same as the whites and the Caucasian and the Asians. What do I mean by that? Melanin. Melanin has one purpose and one purpose only, and it always had one purpose. That one purpose was to block out the UV rays of the sun. Now, blacks, explain to me, how can you have something within you that blocks out the sun? It doesn't make sense, right? Do you get burnt by the sun? No, you don't, right? Then how come you're telling people and telling yourself and believing this nonsense, talk about you have melanin, something that blocks the sun? What you have is neuromelanin, and neuromelanin doesn't block the sun, it absorbs the sun. It's a difference. Feel me? Neuromelanin absorbs the sun. Like plants. Plants have carbon. So we share the same thing as the plants. The blacks and the Latinos, we have the same DEA or the same genetic makeup as the plants. You feel me? Now, because we have the same genetic makeup of the plants, that's the reason why the same way our plants grow upwards to the sun, the ether that's on your head grows upwards to the sun. You're here. So we have what you call ether. This is ether. This black curly thing is ether. Not fur. Yeah, I'm saying it's a difference. We don't grow silky fur, we grow woolly ether. Because we get charged up by the sun. What is the sun? A super large chromosome. What's inside of you? Millions and trillions of mini suns or mini chromosomes. So because you have many chromosomes within you, the large chromosome that's in the sky, or the largest chromosome there is, which is the sun, it charges you up. Because that big sun is millions of that mini sun inside of you, called chromosomes or cells. You know what I'm saying? The outer portion of the sun is called what? The outer portion of the sun is called a chromosphere. That's the part that you see. When you look up in the sky and you see the sun, what you're actually seeing is the outer layer of that sun, and that outer layer is called a chromosphere. Get it? Chromosome. Chromosphere is the same thing. We have chromosomes within us which are called mini suns, and the biggest sun or the biggest chromosome up there charges us up. Now because we get charged up by that large chromosome, it charges us. So we don't have melanin, we have neuromelanin. The difference between melanin and neuromelanin is melanin blocks out the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Neuromelanin absorbs the sun. That is the reason why we don't get burnt by the sun, because we absorb it. And when you blacks go out in the sun and you do feel your shit start burning, it's not because your skin is burning, it's burning the toxic energy out of you. Because if you black, you must have carbon. You know what I'm saying? Plants go through a thing called what? Photosynthesis. That's how plants get energy from where? Energy from the sun, right? And it goes through a process called photosynthesis, and through that process, the plants grow, right? So if they're going through photosynthesis, that means the sun's energy is called photon energy. So the sun produces photon energy, and that photon energy charges the sun, or from the sun, the photon energy from the sun charges up the plants through a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Yeah, we're all. I'm bringing it all in to show you how we're all connected to the sun. We are connected to the sun. We created the sun. We designed the sun ourselves. We designed the earth. We are the gods on the planet. I know they told you came on a little ball that spins, and now this little ball that you live on called Earth. Huh? It doesn't matter what skin tone you is. Black does not determine skin tone. We have all types of skin tone. That's what the person that says that Wheezy Jefferson, what about the lighter skinned black people? Does work the same? Of course it does. Yes, beloved, it works the same. Because you have to remember, we created all races. We created every single race that's on the earth. It came from us. You know what I mean? We created the Asians, we created the Caucasians. Why do you call them Caucasians? Asian, Caucasian, why are they called Caucasians? Because we found those set of Asians coming out of the Caucasus Mountains. So because we found them in the Caucasus Mountains, walking on all fours, we named them based on the region that we found them in. And we call them the Caucasus people, or the Caucasians. Where's the Caucasus lands? The Caucasus lands is the dead portion of the earth. That's over there in Russia. That's why it's called Caucasus. You know what I'm saying? That's the dead portion of the land. Nothing grows over there. This is the reason why back in the day when the white people came over and they took over the Indians' territory, you know, they would pay them $5. $5 Indians. You know what I'm saying? They come through and they take over because over there in Europe, they can't grow nothing. It's not fertile. So they come over here, and the people that was actually running their land and, you know, working the land, tilling the land, having everything grown and all that, they came over here and turned them same people that was already working on their land, already planting corn, already planting crops, they turned them into slaves on their own plantations. How terrible is that? On their own plantations. They came there, seen them planting their corn, seen them with their cows, seen them with them giant bisons and all of that, the buffaloes and all of that, and then they turned them into, you know, they murdered most of them, murdered the chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Murdered millions of blacks. You know what I'm saying? When they invaded the land in 1492, they invaded us. And y'all acting like this shit is, you know, they telling you about Christopher Columbus in school, but who is Christopher Columbus? Where'd he come from? That man told you straight up he discovered a new world. But you still taking the words that he used lightly. He said, I discovered a new world. He ain't say, I discovered new land. He ain't say, I discovered new people. That man said he discovered a new world. What that mean? That mean he was coming from somewhere else. What that mean? That mean the earth has different realms. You only think it as one because you've been told you live on earth all your life. And because you've been told you live on the earth all your life, you think, you know, they told you also you're the center of the universe and you're the center of the cosmos and there's nothing else besides you. That's a lie. That's a big ass lie. You live on earth, which is really called Atlantis, and earth is really the 9th realm. There's 8 other realms on the same planet that you live on. You know what I'm saying? There's 9 universes. Let's slow it down. 9 is the highest number in the world. Every other number is a repeated number. The number 9 is obviously the highest number. I'm saying, if you just catching on to me, man, listen, you need to go watch my videos. You need to go get yourself caught up. You know what I mean? And yeah, because you're going to get lost trying to get down with this right now. You feel me? But the number 9 is the highest number. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you get to 9, to get to 10, the numbers start repeating themselves. From 9 to 10, you go 1, you add a 0. To 11, 1 and 1. 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6, 1 and 7, 1 and 8, to 18, to 19, 1 and 9, to get to 20, you start over again. You start with 2, then you add a 0, then 2 and 1, 2 and 2. Yes, so the highest number is the number 9. So what that means is we're where they told you that you live in a universe called the Milky Way, but it's really a multiverse of 9 universes. These 9 universes make up the multiverse. Each universe has 999 galaxies. Every galaxy is 999 planets. Every planet has 9 realms. What are a 13? What to do? Peace, God. Peace, goddesses in the building. I see, peace and blessings to everyone that's tuning into the live right now and vibing in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the sun is the largest chromosome. You feel me? The sun is the largest chromosome, and as a result, you have many chromosomes within you. You know what I'm saying? You have many chromosomes that's within you, and those are your mini suns. And the reason why you get charged up by the sun in the sky is because the sun in the sky is also the largest chromosome there is. That's why the outer part, if you don't believe that the sun is really a chromosome, just like how you got chromosome cells inside of you, if you study the sun, the outer layer of the sun is called a chromosphere. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they came out with that corona? You know what I'm saying? And they was trying to tell you, oh, yo, when you get sick, like everybody don't normally get the flu. But then all of a sudden now when you get the flu, they want to quarantine your ass for 14 days. But they never told you what corona mean. Corona mean crown of the sun. So if y'all really study what's going on, all they really was trying to do is trap your ass in the house because they know the sun heals you. They know the sun charges you up. They tweaking up this 5G towers. They telling you, oh, you know, we get service from satellites. What? How can you get service from satellites, bro? You get service from light poles, bro. You get service from towers. That comes from the ground. Electricity comes from the ground, bro. I know you believe this shit that lightning come from the sky, but that's a lie. Lightning don't come from the sky, bro. Lightning come from the ground. It might sound far-fetched to you because you're not, fully understanding of what's going on. But if you really take a second and think, they told you that you live on a thing called the earth that spins at 1,000 miles per hour. Listen to me, man. They said the place that you live spins at 1,000 miles an hour. But yet still you never get dizzy, bro. But if you walk outside right now and start spinning in circles just 3-4 times, you're naturally going to get dizzy. But your earth is spinning at 1,000 miles and you never get dizzy, bro. You never feel no movement, bro. Seriously, bro. Come on. You never get dizzy one time. NASA told you, there's all these planets. And they told you, it's 9 planets in the solar system, but that's not the truth. It's not 9 planets. It's 9 realms on the planet. For water to be anywhere, water must be contained, right? So, for example, if I pour some water out right now on the counter, it's going to disperse, it's going to flow, fall off somewhere, right? If I pour the water in a cup, it becomes the cup because the cup is containing it, so it stays. What is containing the water that's on the earth? What contains the ocean? Why is it always there? You know what I'm saying? You must think beyond these things. Lift the veil off your face. Lift it up for a second. What contains the water? Why is the water not just, like I said, if I pour some water right here, it's going to spread out. Why is the water not spreading out? What's keeping it here? Come on. Ask your military why they did Operation High Jump. And if you go study Operation High Jump from the Navy, why they did that, Operation High Jump was when the Army was trying to figure out how they was going to jump the 200-meter high wall that surrounds the earth. The 200-meter ice wall that surrounds the earth, that contains the water that's on the earth. The entire earth is surrounded by a 200-meter ice wall. That is the reason why the military was doing Operation High Jump. Come on, man. Y'all never wondered for yourselves, how come the water is not disappearing? How come the water is not spreading out everywhere? Something got to contain water for water to be staying anywhere. Right? Truly lovely. I see you. I know you was wondering. I see you saying that. Peace, goddess. But some got to keep it here, and that is the ice wall. It's 200 meters high, the ice wall, surrounding the Earth. That's why the military did Operation High Jump. Because beyond this ice wall is 8 other realms, and each realm is separated by an ice wall that spreads from the 8th realm to the 7th realm to the 6th realm to the 5th to the 4th to the, 3rd, 2nd, 1. It's 9 realms, not 9 planets, 9 realms, all on the Earth. The sun and the moon is not outer space. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Alright, so if the sun and the moon is really, really, really out of space, right? Come on, I'm gonna help you out break the code, because I'm tired of the bullshit. If the sun and the moon is really out of space, right? How come it's dark in space, but you get light from the sun though? The sun is something about 93 billion. Listen, 93 billion with a B, billion miles away, but still you see it though. How is you seeing something 93 billion miles away, but you can't even see a car that goes about 200 feet away from you? Huh? You're not thinking. You're not thinking. How can you see the sun if it was really 93 billion miles away? How can you see the sun, but you can't even see an object that's 100 feet away start getting smaller and smaller? How? But it's 93 billion with a B. Talk to him, Libra Mill. Talk to him. How you can't see it? How come if you get light from the sun and we over here on Earth, if the sun is really way out there, how come it's dark in space? What? You telling me there's the sun is here, there's a blank space of darkness here, the Earth is right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the sun, this is the Earth. You know what I'm saying? And you telling me all this spot right here is dark, but then all of a sudden on Earth there's light? What causes this vacuum right here to be dark in space? This is the sun. Let's say the sun is out of space, right? And this is out of space right here. The space between the sun and the moon, between the sun and the Earth. This is Earth, this is the sun. What causes the space between here to be dark? It's a lie. It's not dark. It's a lie. The sun is on the Earth. The moon is on the Earth. And only because the moon is on the Earth, that's the only reason why NASA was able to hijack the moon. Because if it really was out of space, they never left here. They know they never left the Earth before. Why you think they shoot rockets in the air? They shoot rockets up only so they can test the limits of the skies. That's why they say the shit alive. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to get y'all shit together. I'll be right back. Alright, let's go again. So, melanin, neuromelanin. Welcome if you're just in class. I'm saying we still in here. You know what I mean? I go live at these late time of nights because most of us chosen ones stay up at these time of nights. And that's when our brain get to thinking. You know what I'm saying? And when our brain get to sparking like this, it's a perfect time for me to come in. You know what I'm saying? Boop, 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 and punch your brain up a little bit. Help you, think about some new shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, the topic today is melanin versus neuromelanin. You know what I mean? What is melanin and what is neuromelanin? Let's talk about it because they're telling you we all the same. We are not all the same. There's two different species on the earth that walks upright. We are the God species and we created all other races. The whites was created by Yakub. That's her brother Zeus, who you call Satan or Satan. That's who created them. It's not to be racist. It's scientifical facts. That's who created them. That's how they came into the world. It's obvious okay. If we all came into the world at the same time, right? Why is it that the scientist tells you there's a dominant gene and there's a recessive gene? What did he mean by that? I just told you there's two different species walking on the earth upright. One is dominant and one is recessive. What is the difference between dominant and recessive? Recessive you can get from the dominant, but dominant you can never get from the recessive. Okay? If you can get recessive from the dominant, but you can never get a dominant from a recessive gene, that means we are the dominant, and if all other races came from us, that means they are the recessive. They came out of our gene. Yakub made them by splicing the God gene, mixing it with a pig for the pink skin, a snub-nosed monkey, a lemur, and a dog. You know what I mean? That's how they was created. But then, before they created them in the Neanderthal form, Zeus tried this many times before. He first came up with the monkeys, then the chimps, baboons, then he came up with the gorilla. And after he came up with the gorilla, then he went in again into his lab and he spliced them again. Then he came up with the next version after a gorilla is a more human-like version of the monkeys, which is the Neanderthals. That is the reason why in school they was trying to tell you that you were cavemen and we came from, Charles Darwin theory of evolution, the monkeys. But we never came from monkeys. They came out of the monkeys. Zeus made the monkeys first, and then he experimented again by splicing the monkeys that he created with our gene. And they came out walking on fours out of the Caucasus Mountains, out of the portals, because the earth has portals. So they came out of the portals that's over there in the Caucasus Mountains. That's why we call them Caucasus or Caucasians, because they came from the Caucasus region. So we call them Caucasians. The Caucasians and the Asians are the same people genetically. So how you start telling folks these days is no longer by the skin of the color of their skin. That alone can't tell if you black. It's genetics. It's all about genetics. It's real genetics versus synthetic genetics. What do I mean by synthetic genetic? You never wondered to yourself, how come the blacks do so well in all the sports? Basketball, track and field, football, baseball. Why is the blacks so much more dominant than them? If we are all the same, how does this make sense? If we are really all the same, how come athletically we're built different? How come we can absorb the sun and they can't? How come our veins is green and their veins is blue? How come? How come the whites can get lice and we don't? How come? They told you that you have DNA. And they told you that you have 23 chromosomes and a double helix. But they lied to you. You don't have DNA if you're black. You have what is called DEA. Not deoxynucleic acid. You have deoxyetheric acid. That's the reason why you have this neuromelanin. Melanin by definition means, something that's used to block out the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Blacks, you don't have melanin. You have neuromelanin. Melanin blocks out the sun. Neuromelanin absorbs the sun. That is a major difference. Whites have melanin. Asians have melanin. Arabs have melanin. Blacks and Latinos have neuromelanin. Let me say it again. Neuromelanin. Listen again. You're deaf. You can't have melanin. How can you have something that blocks out the sun, but you don't block out the sun, blacks? Come on. Common sense. Do you get burnt by the sun? Huh? No, you get darker. That's it. And the darker you get, the more dominant you become. Neuromelanin. Who's that? Exquisite Cayenne. Thank you. I appreciate you, beloved. Peace. We are literal solar panels. They made solar panels off of us. Told them. This is that Libra Male 231. Facts. They made solar panels off of us. Because the sun is the biggest chromosome in the world. And we have many chromosomes in us. Millions of them. That's why we get charged up by the big sun, charged up the little suns that's within us called chromosome. The outer side, the outer portion of the sun that you look on, that you see shining every day is called a chromosphere. Chromosphere, chromosome. You know what I'm saying? Corona is the outer part of the sun, the crown of the sun. So they told you they're putting out a coronavirus. But it was never for you, blacks. It was for them. They didn't want your ass to know that the sun can heal, that the sun charged you up. So they told you what? When you get sick, you're supposed to go quarantine. Lock yourself down in a square ass box that don't transform no energy. They still can't crack the code of the pyramids. What's wrong with them? Talk about they smart. They can't crack the code of the pyramids. Huh? It's obvious the pyramids are energy harnesters. It's obvious that we fell in frequency. It's obvious that them little ass pyramids over in Africa is not playing with them pyramids that's in America. It's obvious that we came here from America. We are the aboriginal of this land. It's obvious that we are the ones that came here first. If you are not natural to your habitat, then you are not from here. Okay, ain't a lion natural to where he's at? Ain't a shark natural to where he's at? Huh? Is the bees not natural to where they're at? Are we not natural to the earth? Everything on the earth benefits the blacks. Everything. Are we not natural to our habitat? Okay, then if something is here that's being burnt up by something that's natural here, then whatever is fucking getting burnt is not from here. Did I say that clear enough? We came here from the Sirius star system on planet X. The shape of the pyramids are very important. You're definitely right, Libra. I see you. The pyramids was coated with crystals all around. All around the pyramids was crystallized. And what are crystals? Magnets, energy harnesters. You know what I'm saying? Why you think people wear crystals? Some of them don't even know why they wearing crystal. They just wear it because it look good. Some will wear it because it's fashion. But it's to harness energy. You know? The shape of the pyramids is designed like that for a reason. We think designed the pyramids. We designed the pyramids. We designed the pyramids. We designed the water. We told the water how to crash on the waves. You know, how much pressure to apply. We told the sand what to do. We told the sun what to do. That's why the sun works for us. You know? Yeah, the sun works for us. We made it, literally. But they don't want to tell you the truth that you don't have no melanin. When white people put on sunblock, what is that? Is that not a chemical form of melanin? Is that not why they put it on their skin? To block out the sun? Do you have to do that? Do you need to block out the sun? But you believe that you are the minority? But you believe that there's something called white supremacy? You believe that they're more than you, they're better than you? How? In what way? In what way? What color is sunblock? I know their skin look white, but when you put that sunblock on it's really black. You know? Listen, man. Listen. So yeah, after we made them white folks, right? After we made them white folks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta talk to me, ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna be on live for like another 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Ask me questions. And I'm smoking, I'm chilling with y'all. Who's that? Black Chick Couture, I see you, I appreciate you, beloved. Peace, goddess, peace, peace, peace. And Mr. Marathon OG, peace, God, I see you. Peace, peace, peace. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the movie Avatar, right? To show you the reason why most people's not even tapping in. They just not raising their vibration. What do I mean by raising the vibration? Raising the frequency. If you look at the if you ever watch the movie, what's that? Wakanda. What's the name of that Wakanda movie? Black Panther. If you ever watch Black Panther, right? You realize Wakanda was always in Africa, been there. But only when you raise your frequency, then you begin to be able to see Wakanda, be able to enter into Wakanda. The same thing was going on with the ancient University of Timbuktu. It always been here, but the only way to receive certain divine knowledge, certain divine truths, you must raise the vibration, raise the thought process, raise the frequency within you. What do I mean by this? So I told you we started off at a 33rd dimension, then we got lowered in frequency, and now we're down to 3D, right? Now, if you look outside, everything is in 3D. The buildings is in 3D, pictures, photos, cars, all of that, 3 dimensions, right? Imagine what it was like when we were in the 33rd. If this is only 3, and these buildings are only built in 3 dimensions, imagine what it was when we were vibrating on the 33rd dimension. Feel me? Now, to help you to understand on a deeper level what I mean by you can literally transform your life by raising the vibration of the mind or the frequency of the mind, by blocking out negative thoughts, by blocking out negative people, by focusing on thyself and studying thyself and building thyself and understanding the truth about what's really going on. And do not give your praise to a white man named Jesus bending down on your knees. To help you to understand what it's like to raise frequency, you must study an animal or creature called the caterpillar, the worm. Look at that caterpillar. It looks all crawny and nasty when it's crawling and all that. But once that caterpillar begins to raise its frequency or raises its vibration, that same thing that was crawling on the earth begins to transform. And it takes on a whole new form. It metamorphosizes and it becomes a butterfly. How the fuck? How did the worm magically, let's use magic, how did the worm use magic to become a butterfly? It's no longer crawling on the earth, it's now flying above the earth. Wow. How? Because if you study the caterpillar figured out how to raise its frequency. When it goes into this cocoon, you don't get to see it vibrates. And through the vibration or raising the vibration, it becomes from this crawly creeping creature to a flying creature. Now, let's go back to Wakanda. What was their sacred thing in Wakanda, right? Remember, you had to raise your vibration in order to even see Wakanda. But what they was using was a sacred element called what? Vibranium. But you had to raise your vibration in order to be able to use that vibranium in the first place. Vibranium. They was talking to y'all in codes. You must raise your vibration in order for you to tap into higher frequencies. There's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? They lying to you on all aspects. They told you your earth's spinning in 1,000 miles an hour, yet you never get dizzy, you don't feel no movement. That's because it's a lie. You have man telling you about the earth, and they didn't make the earth. You got to go to the creator and let the creator do. If you want to know about, a Benz, right? Don't you go to the people that make Benz and ask them. If you want to go, if you want to talk about bicycles, you go to a man that make bicycles or a man that know about bicycles and learn. Likewise, if you want to know about the design of the earth, you must go to the one that created it. Man didn't create this shit, so how are they going to tell you how fast it moves? When the creator told you it does not move, it's stationary. The earth doesn't move. It never moved. The earth doesn't move. The sun moves. The moon moves. They do the traversing, but they told you this shit backwards. They said the sun stays in the center and the earth goes around with all the other 9 planets. It's circling around this fucking sun. It's a lie. But you can stand up on earth in the morning and watch the sun rise and watch the sun set. How can the sun rise without moving? Think. It's called a sunrise. To rise means what? To ascend. It's moving. They don't say it's an earth rise and an earth set. No, the earth is not moving. The earth is stationary. The sun moves around the earth. Say what I say. the Hollywood 420. Peace, guys. Chris 2810. Peace. See you. You know what I'm saying? Be how the earth doesn't move and it never moved. We were supposed to have two suns. There was no darkness. There was no night. We were supposed to have two suns. When a war was fought in the beginning, before they came up with the Bible, I'm talking pre-Bible, man. I'm giving you the gems of what took place before they start talking about the Bible. Before this, the divine knowledge of how it all came to be. I said again, it's 9 universes. The number 9 is the number of completion. The highest number is the number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you go to 1 and 0, 1 and 1, 1 and 2. If you listening, drop a 9. Drop a 9 if you're listening. 9. Drop a 9 if you're listening. Still going on. Let's see what's going on in the comments a little bit. So, question says, where's the sun at night? Alright, anything you see on TV is because it's in real life as well, right? So, you know on TV how they showed you movies, there's portals, right? You know what a portal is, right? If you understand, the sun moves to different portions of the earth. The earth is 9 realms. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to have two suns. There's portals on the earth, right? For example, in the sky, there's 12 portals. There's 6 on either side. You know what I'm saying? If you read the book of Enoch, the book of Enoch will clearly describe to you. You know what I'm saying? Read it in its entirety. Not pieces of it, not what your pastor tell you to read. You know what I'm saying? Your pastor dumb. You don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what I'm saying? If you had to go to school to learn how to learn about the true divine understandings, I don't trust you. Name me a prophet from the past that had to go to school to learn about God. And if you can't find none, then that means these new pastors that's going to schools, going to this, they colonize the school and learning, they colonize information and learn what the colonizers want them to teach us. Your pastor don't know shit. That's why I keep teaching you. If your pastor really cared about you, when you go to church on January 1st, what he would say to you is, open the book of Genesis, and every Sunday when you come to church, wherever we stop reading from, we're going to continue reading from the next week. So that means by the end of the year, we should all be a pro on the Bible. How can you go to church for so many decades and still don't know shit? You don't know shit because they don't know shit. So they can't teach you nothing because they don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? The earth has portals, 6 over here, 6 over here. The sun and the moon traverse through these portals, left and right. You know what I'm saying? That's why it disappears in your side, because it goes through a portal and pop up somewhere else. But it stays on the earth. The sun and the moon is not no 93 billion miles away. It traverses through portals. You know what I'm saying? The sun and the moon is exactly the same size, but it's not the same in power. One is masculine, one is feminine. Obviously, the sun is masculine, the moon is feminine, but they're the same size. But the sun is more brighter than the moon. The sun charges up the moon. But the moon is feminine. She has a course, but for 2 months of the year, she goes on her own course, just like women. They have their own brain. They have their own intuition. That's why you can never fully control a woman. The feminine energy is divine. The feminine energy is the creator. She created all, then she created us. And when she created the masculine energy or the masculine God, she then gave us the power and say, lead. That's why she told you in the book of Genesis, be fruitful and multiply. And you were created to dominate the earth as a God. But the women made us. That's why the woman is God, the black woman. The world was designed from a woman, a feminine entity. What is a soul? A soul comes from them, magnetic. Where is the soul located? The soul is located in the gut. That's why when women fall in love, they say, yo, I feel butterflies in my stomach, or I got that gut feeling. Your soul is located here. That's when you feel shit, you feel it here in your belly, solar plexus. The next thing you have is a spirit, but they're not telling you what your spirit is scientifically. Let's break it down by science. What is the soul? Where is the soul located? Let's go step by step. The soul is located here in the stomach. What is the soul? Now you know where it's at. Now what is it? It is magnetism. That's the reason two people get attracted, because the soul are magnets. So the soul within me attracts to the magnet within the opposite sex. That's why opposites attract. Where is the spirit? The spirit, and what is the spirit? Spirit is electricity, plasma energy. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is located here in the chest. That's why your heart beat. That's a spark. What is the relationship between spirit and magnetism? Magnetism and or the soul and the spirit works together. Why? Because electricity, which is a spirit, and magnetism, which is a soul, when electricity and magnets come together, they create a force field called electromagnetism. The electromagnetism is what creates that aura around people. That's why when people walk by you without them even touching you, you can feel them. Sometimes if a person is powerful enough, they can walk in a room and they didn't even make a sound, but you turn around and you notice them. You felt their energy. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that aura, an electromagnetic aura. I know they told you gravity is real, and gravity is the reason why you can't float up, but that's a lie. It's because of magnetism. That's why when you jump up, you automatically bounce back to the ground. Magnetism and density. The only difference between you and a balloon is density, brother and sister. Density, not gravity. Gravity don't keep the damn balloon from floating, from staying on the ground or floating. No, it's just not heavy enough to stay on the ground. A plane doesn't just float up unless it got two engines pushing it. Even when it flies up in the air and it's at thousands of miles up in the sky, if you was to kill the engine, that iron bird would fall to the ground. So it is because of density. Weight. Magnetism. That iron bird is coming back to the ground because it's magnetic. The magnets in the ground gonna pull that iron bird back down to the ground like it do with anything else. Why it's not pulling the balloon down? The balloon is not metallic, so it can't pull it down. Paper is not metallic, it can't pull it down. It is not gravity. It is magnetism and density. How does the sun and the moon maintain course? Let's break down physics and quantum physics. The sun and the moon, because one is feminine and one is masculine, both have souls. So they attract to each other because of the magnets within them. Souls are magnets. So they can't pull away and they can't pull any closer because they're in a process what you call quantum locking. So they stay at the same exact distance. For example, if you was to put two magnets to each other, they will stick together. But if you was to hold it above just at the right height and spin it, that magnet would float or hover above the other magnet. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on with the sun and the moon. They're in a process called quantum locking, and they move together. They damn near mirror each other. Through quantum locking, they spin around. They lock. They don't go in any closer. They don't pull out any further. They're perfectly mathematically designed to do just that. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? They told you you're the only one here. Okay, then what about the aliens? What about the Greys? You know, the one they showed you with the big eyes in the gray suit that they show you on TV. Because remember, the soul is creativity. If blacks have souls, what's the difference between us and them and the whites and the Caucasians and the Asians? Blacks have a soul and a spirit. The Caucasians and the Asians only have a spirit. This is the reason why they cannot create. This is the reason why they have used you these old years to create everything, the buildings, the roads. We invented everything, the TV, the internet, the cell phone, the light bulbs, how we use electricity, the computer was all invented by black people. You just don't know this shit because when we invent it, they go do what you call copyright, or they go get it patented by a white face. And all of a sudden, here go Thomas Edison, the man that discovered the light bulb. Fucking lie. Here go Christopher Columbus, the man that discovered America, where it already had over 2 million black people living there. Lie. Why are you brown? Why are you brown? Let's talk about it. The primary colors, red, blue, green. Primordial colors, right? Why are you brown? You started off, like I told you, vibrating on the 33rd dimension. Now you're all the way down to 3D, right? That means we were originally either blue, red, or green. I see TikTok recently got this new thing with the She-Hulk going on with the green. Just like us, we got green veins from gamma radiation. The movie Hulk was about us. That's why he was green, from gamma radiation. You know what I'm saying? Why are we brown? Let's talk. We rusted out. Okay. What is the blood made of? Iron. Iron is the reason why it's red, right? Iron. What happens to iron over time when you leave it to have oxygen and water? What happens to any iron when you mix iron with oxygen and water? All you drink every day is the man-made water, H2O. You drink H2O, 1 hydrogen and 2 oxygen molecule. What happens to motherfucking iron when you add water and oxygen? It becomes brown and rusted, man. It becomes brown and rusted. So when it becomes brown and rusted, just like us, we look brown and rusted, just like how we age. Oxygen is the reason why we age. water that we drink is the reason why, that's what causes us to be brown. We are rusted out. So you need real water, not H2O. You need H3O that comes from the fruits. Fruits. I mix all types of fruits. I just bring them up together. So man made H2O. God made H3O. That's the difference between God water and these little bitch ass water that they got us drinking. Yo, say what I said. Let me pay attention to a quick question. Now you say, who's that? Keisha82. Keisha82, you said, did you answer my question? What's your question, beloved? Go ahead. For the person that asked the question, they say, where do the Mexicans fall into all the place of this? The new Mexicans, the modern white Mexicans are different. Those are human beings. Those are not of the God species. What did God say in the beginning? Let us make man in our image. In our image. He ain't say let us make man in my image. He said in our image. That means it was many gods. But they told you in your church it was only one God. And they told you in church that one God designed all these millions of things in only 6 days. And you believe that shit. It's a lie. A feminine God designed us. And she created a race of us. And she said, be fruitful and multiply. And we descended upon the earth, 144,000 of us. And we got to the building. We got to doing exactly what we were designed for. She said, be fruitful and multiply. And we got to doing exactly that. Some of us was building the birds. Some was making the trees. Some was making the, the grass. Some was making the, all of that. Some designing the water. Some designing the herbs over here. Many gods were designing the earth at the same time. That's why. So you think for real, in 6 days, one God designed million. In the fish, in the ocean alone, is millions of species. There's millions of types of fishes. Then you have other species that's not fish. You know what I'm saying? On the earth, you have millions of species of animals. Then you got millions of species of plants. And millions of species of giant trees. You think one God designed all that in 6 days? Come on, you need to start doing some thinking. He clearly told you, let us design man in our image. What man was he talking about? Why do you say mankind? If there's man, then who is mankind? That means that's a kind of man. Who was the mankind? Who was the humans? The God race is us. We are the gods on the earth. It's us. In living form. We are the gods on the earth. You know what I'm saying? They are the modern day humans that we made in our image. We taught the whites how to walk upright. When Zeus made them, you know what I'm saying, and we assigned the Moors, we told the Moors they were supposed to, we assigned the Moors to train them and teach them how to be like us or to have our ways, because they have the God physique. That Yaqub did give to them. Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. The God physique. They had that. But what they didn't have, because they was walking on fours, they wasn't standing upright like the gods. So to do that, what we would do is From ancient times, the god race would strap boards onto the white women's back and onto the man's back too. The mankind. This is the reason why traditionally, they had flat backs on them. They had no shape. They were straight and flat on the back because we would strap boards to them to teach them how to walk upright. That's how they came into being. Because they were the original Neanderthals. But then when they start walking upright and they start, we start altering their genetics and changing them over time. As we start altering their genetics more and more, the Moors start falling in love with them. You know what I mean? The Moors that we told to go over there and teach them over in Europe. Because if you look at Europe, you can tell Europe was designed by blacks. Look at the buildings, look at the cathedrals. You can look at it and tell, okay, if them white people really designed all of them things, how come they can't do it again? How come they can't build no more things like what's over there in Rome? Why can't they rebuild the pyramids? Why don't they know what the pyramids is for like I'm telling you what it's for? Why are the pyramids built the way where they was at? The Moors got tricked, for real. The Moors got the pillow talking. You know what I mean? The Moors got a little bit of, white girls put them thing on them. And the Moors fell in love with that. And start trading on us. How you think we fall in frequency? The Moors, after they fell in love with them, them same peoples put them on the spell. And after they put them back, we went against the laws of nature. They violated us, and we violated major codes, the divine codes. But the Moors traded on us because they fell in love with them, and they got, after they fell in love with them, teaching them all of our spells and enchantments and shit. They learned it from the Moors and start using them same tricks and spells that they learned from the Moors on them same Moors. Then the Moors started attacking us. After they done used them to build up Europe and build up everything, they started attacking us. The Moors was the one that wrote the Constitution. The Moors was the one that wrote the Declaration of Independence. All these important documents was designed by the blacks. You need to understand that they're not that brilliant because they don't have a soul. And if you lack a soul, you lack the ability to create. You lack the ability to be magnetic. And because they cannot create or be magnetic, that's the reason why whenever you see movies that's, going box office making millions, it's because it's a true story. But them little dumbass movies, you see now, that's them little white people making them dumbass movies. But when they really go, like them Transformers, you don't know what the Transformers is about. High five. But the Moors taught them all the spells. We've been under spell for a long time, man. But enough not seeing it. They just going with the flow, like they just like a leaf in the wind. Wherever the breeze blow, you go, They told us, it's a lies and they lying on everything. They lying about what the earth is like. They lying about where you came from. They told you came from Africa when that's a damn lie. They know we came from America and migrated to Africa. America was civilized over 3,000 years before Africa. Corn came from America. Noah's Ark was made from gopher wood, aka cedar trees, that's native to America. That means Noah was living in America. Gopher wood, cedar trees, come on. Why was Christopher Columbus coming to America? What was he searching for? Remember, he was looking for the city of gold, aka El Dorado. What is the city of gold? That's the place in the Bible that they was talking about called Jerusalem. Okay, if Jerusalem is really over there in Africa, why wasn't Columbus trying to go over there? Matter of fact, why was all them Spanish conquistadors coming here for it? Looking for the city of gold. Where is naturally called the Gold Coast? Is that not in California on the west side of I mean? When they talk about Lebanon in the Bible, Lebanon in Hebrew mean white tops. A place where there's always wildfires and tall cedar trees. Where is this at? California, Northern California, with them white top mountains. That's Lebanon. In America. They talk about Egypt, and they told you and they lied to your ass and told you Egypt is in Africa. What is Egypt anciently called? The ancient name of Egypt is Mizraim. Where is Mizraim? In America. When Moses parted the Red Sea, you know what I'm saying? When Moses parted the Red Sea, and they told you that shit over there in Egypt, in Africa. But the Red Sea is really over here in California. Colorado and all, they call it Vermilion Sea. And it's really red, actually red, till this day. It's still red. The Vermilion Sea. Vermilion mean the brightest shade of red. They just changed the name from Red Sea to Vermilion Sea. But vermilion, it means red. The brightest shade of red. Come on. They playing with you. The 33rd parallel. Who is that? The Egyptian gold. 14. Peace, goddess. The 33rd parallel. The earth has veins. Let's talk about that. The earth has veins. And you got veins too, called ley lines. Like the earth, the earth veins called ley lines. You have veins and got blood flowing through it. I mean, the blood flowing through it, but the earth don't got blood. The earth has plasma energy or electricity. That's why electric poles go in the ground, because electricity comes from the ground. You don't get connections from satellites, you get connections from electric poles. If you really get connections from satellites, then there would be nowhere on the earth that you would have a loss of signal. It would be impossible to lose signal if you was really getting shit from satellites. Pyramids are definitely, if you would add up all the pyramids in Europe or Africa, combine all of them together, they still don't have as much pyramids as the ones that's in America. For sure. Even if you would add them all up. You know what I'm saying? The Grand Canyon used to be filled with water. You know how that go. Grand Canyon right now, if you walk through that, you can end up in Africa. They're not telling you that. Because we still connected to Africa. They're not telling you that. They're not telling you if you walk through the Grand Canyon, you can end up in Africa. Because they want you to believe that the earth is round and you live on a ball. That's why they be connecting flights. When really you can jump on a plane and fly straight across and go anywhere you want to go. Man, they be tripping with this foolishness, man. But anyway, I just wanted to go live tonight for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods and goddesses. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll be going live again on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I go live every Sunday. If you're new to me, check out my content. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I make videos where I get to explain more specifically on certain topics versus, you know what I'm saying, where I have to go dip and dab into different things. But I like these type of interactions where y'all can ask questions and I get to answering the questions for you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can get to Africa from the Grand Canyon. They tripping if they lying about that shit for too long. You know what I'm saying? Your ether. Grow your ether. You need to go back in the sun. Please, you need to get in the sun. They about to freeze us out for the wintertime. Protect yourself. Keep your heat high. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dress properly. Keep your body temperature the right temperatures, because right now they're trying to freeze you out. And for a black god and goddess, you cannot lower your temperature right now, because the lower you get, the weaker you get. For them, the colder it gets, the better it is for them, because they get charged up by the moon. You get charged up by the sun. Then, one love. Africa is definitely not far. You know what I'm saying? But Egypt over there in Africa is really over here in America. The land over there that the modern people over there in Egypt, because I already told you if Egypt was the ancient name of Mizraim, so I might as well just tell you before I leave. The Egypt over there, that's modern day Egypt, those are the descendants of a person called Phut, or they're called the Phutites or the Puntites. Those are the modern day Egyptians. Phut is a descendant of Noah. Noah was the guy that God chose after he flooded the world to repopulate. Noah came over with 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Ham had 4 sons, Phut, Cush, Canaan, and Mizraim. Mizraim stayed over here in America. Phut migrated over there to Africa moved from North America to South America. Then the whole tribe of Phut migrated to Africa. Then them over there started running with the Moors and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's how the African continent got us. So we're brothers for real. But we didn't start in Africa. We started over here in America, in Turtle Island. This is where we actually came from. This is the promised land that the Bible is talking about. This is the land of Canaan, the land of milk and honey. This is the land where the giants is at. That's why you find most giant fossils here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is where it all started at. Then we migrated over there. Caucasus Mountains is where you found the Caucasians. That's why we call them Caucasians. Over there in Russia is the coldest region of the earth, or the realm. So because the coldest region of the realm, we call it the Caucasus region, because it's dead over there. Nothing grows over there. It's not fertile over there. So that's the reason why them whites over there migrated to over America. And then they try to, put slaves on the plantations and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But them slaves was already working on their plantation. They already owned it. All they did was took them over, killed some of them, and made them work on the same shit that they were already growing. Think about that. Somebody come in, murk your grandpa. He was already growing a whole plantation of corn. Murk your grandpa and all his grandkids. Now you tell them, yo, because you now in fear, because you just seen me kill your grandpa, now all y'all gonna work on this cornfield and fear. You know what I'm saying? Now slavery coming in, then they start trading slaves. A slave trade is literally what it is. You're trading slaves. So you trade an American slave that's speaking a different language with a slave that's over there in Africa. Then you trade a slave in Africa with the slaves in the Caribbean, because if you mix them all up, that's how you get confusion. Because if you have a bunch of slaves that speak the same language, you'd fear them revolting. So you'd want to trade them. That's why it's called a slave trade. So you were trading different slaves to mix them up, to mix up cultures, to mix up language, so that way they can't revolt on you. You feel me? So that's how they start mixing up different cultures all around the world. The Mexicans are blacks. But the real Mexicans is what I'm talking about. The real Mexicans are blacks. The real Asians are blacks. These white Asians are different. These are human beings. These are not gods. These are human beings. They have 6 links. We have 9 links. That's why we are 9ether beings. 9ether beings. 9 links. We have a triple helix. You know what I'm saying? We have chromosomes. The sun is a chromosome, the biggest chromosome there is. We have chromosomes. Whites or Asians or the Caucasians in the Asian race does not have chromosomes. They have autosomes. So, chromosome, which is the big sun, charges up many chromosomes, which is in us, called cells. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get charged from the sun, because we literally have many suns or many versions of the sun inside of us, called chromosome. The outer portion of the sun that you see every day, that shines every day, is called a chromosphere. Chromosome, chromosphere, put the shit together. I can't do it all for you. Put the shit together. This is the reason why the whites can never make the blacks, because we have 2 different cells or 2 different genetics. We have chromosomes. They have autosomes. One is real genetics and one is synthetic genetics. What is a autosome? You get autosome after you splice a chromosome. You get this, which is a weaker version of it. It's a replica of our DNA. That's why they have the God physique. Arm, leg, arm, head. Allah. You know what I'm saying? They have 6 links. So they have a double helix. We have a triple helix. We have 9. 3, 3, 3. They have 2, 3, and 3. So they have a double helix. We have a triple helix. So we have 99 chromosomes. They have 46. So they tell you 22 is the same and 1 is different. That's what causes the difference between you being male or female. In us, we have 33. So 32 is the same. And the last one to make 33 is what causes the difference between us being a male God and a female God. It's the genetics why we do better in athletics than why they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's because we're genetically superior. Why we run faster, we jump higher. I can't say it no more. I'm out. Peace. One love. I'm out. I won't speak no more. Peace and blessings. Guide and protect over us all. Thank you for the ones that was really listening and hearkening onto the knowledge of divine peace and divine knowledge onto the ones that I was able to impact with my words tonight. Peace and blessings and high vibrations onto the one that I was able to connect a dot for tonight. Guidance, knowledge, and divine wisdom. Guide and protect us overall, please. I appreciate you. Surround us with higher spirits that we can't see. Surround us with entities and positive vessels that will guide and protect us in the time that we are blind to the things that's trying to go against us. It's a grand rising, and we're rising together as one. We're becoming one consciousness as the knowledge is beginning to increase on the earth. We are God. I am what I am, and what I am not, I shall never be. We are divine on the earth. We are gods on the earth. Peace and blessings unto all. Shalom.